Well, when you run, you have to watch where you step, keep an eye out for cars, and look out for other runners. But imagine not being able to see anything while you run. Kmph News reporter Erica Cervantes introduces us to a 9-year-old runner who's blind.
These pictures are glimpses into the life of 9-year-old Heaven Vallejos. Many of them show her running, but Heaven can't see these pictures because she's blind.
Even though she's blind, there's so many times where you don't even know it. She's doing things and just carrying on in everyday life.
Heaven and her twin brother were born premature. They were so tiny, her dad says they fit in his hands. But being born early brought complications, leaving both Heaven and her brother unable to see.
That's where the story began right there, and just ever since she was a little baby, she just was always so self-determined with everything.
That determination led Heaven to the Junior Blind Olympics this summer, where she played several sports.
50-yard dash, rowing machine, shot put, and archery, and other stuff. I got 4 silver medals, shot put, 50-yard dash.
But when school started, she wanted to put on a track uniform. That led Heaven to Norman Alston, her coach and her eyes.
It took about a couple days for us to learn each other and then to know what our codes are and things like that, so we can get a hold of her running straight and things like that without having to run into a fence.
Alston runs every race with Heaven, guiding her so she can cross the finish line and making Heaven's hard work an inspiration for everyone around her.
I've become more courageous, and she's helped me actually personally, in knowing that there's more to life than just what we take for granted.
Heaven has 5 more cross-country meets this year, and she's going to start training next week for a big race in Sacramento. Monty, she's going to run a 2-mile Junior Blind Foundation race.
What an inspiration she is.
She really is an inspiration. She's a really positive little girl, and she's really thinking about the future and what she's going to do with as far as a career, and really looking up to people who are blind and have made it in the world.
Well, you can let her know we're looking up to her. Thanks, Erica. Heaven is working with the coach to increase her speed. She can already run a mile in 10 minutes.